Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys awesome interviews. And today I have Shawn from the Bloodline. They have their debut album that's out called We Are One. Shawn, how's it going, man?
Doing good. We are en route to Arizona to start a tour with Fear Factory on Sunday night in Flagstaff. So we are one. We are actually cruising.
So let's get right into this debut album, We Are One. Favorite tracks off the new album for you?
My favorite tracks, I'll always go to Divided as a song that I think it really kind of has everything in it that I like about our band. Mm-hmm. And I think that if I was to play somebody, that had 5 minutes to listen to the Bloodline really quick, I would probably crank up Divided, But I like every song, for their different vibes and all, but Divided and probably Above the Rain, those two are like really favorites of mine. So.
How much growth have you seen this band go through musically, Shawn, since the formation and plus actually getting the debut album out there?
I think we grew a lot from everyone coming from our previous bands. I think that when we focused in and created the Bloodline, we knew what we wanted to achieve musically, and I think that, each song was a progression from the first song that was written to the last song on the record. So, we really feel that, as musicians we progress, but, we wanted to write a song of really fresh-sounding rock metal band, but with really big hooks and grooves, and I think that, hopefully we achieved that.
How hard do you guys push yourself to come up with something new from song to song that's not out there possibly, or can you guys really, since all the stuff's out there these days?
Yeah, I think we push ourselves pretty hard because, we're so critical on other music when we listen to it that, if a song isn't kicking our ass, in our eyes, we feel that, for us to be, inspired or, wowed by a song, it's got to be pretty high standard. So I think that, for us to be excited about a song, that's a good sign because we know when we listen to bands that we like, it kind of sets precedence for what we want to achieve as a band. So, we're not going to let just a song go on a record that we're like, we really make sure that every song on the album is, represented the band as a whole body of work,
Mm. What do you hope the fans take away from this debut album from you guys?
I really hope the listener gets, a lot of different emotions from, excitement, anger, passion, release, whatever. I think when they listen to our music, that they get, that they can get any emotion out of it. The diversity of the songs, like, a song like Destroyer is pretty heavy, and then a song like Above the Rain is really melodic, and you have a very dark, epic song like Bedside Sorrow. So, I think that if you listen to all the, the different emotions in our songs, it should really translate to the listener as such.
You guys still getting a lot of local support as far as local stations and venues playing from Chicago or anything like that? I mean, what's going on with this?
That's an interesting question.
Okay.
Yes and no. Yes, there's a couple stations in Chicago that support us, and we're really focused on not just looking at Chicago as the main market. I always look at it like, yes, we live in the Illinois area, but it's just a stop on the map when we go on tour. And Chicago's a good market and has a great, history of rock and metal, but at the same time, I think that if you lived in Chicago, it's an interesting scene right now. It's a confused scene. It's cool to see bands like Disturbed actually back, so that may help the scene. I think it was missing a big rock metal band in the environment, But I think that Chicago, they've embraced the Bloodline, but, we're still so new,
What does the Bloodline bring to the table for music, in your opinion, man?
I hope, as a musician, that our music doesn't sound like every other band, but yet it is friendly enough to the listener's ear that they feel comfortable listening to it, but yet they're getting something new and different out of what we're delivering than 5,000 other bands that may be on the radio right now that all sound like the exact same band.
Yeah. Shawn, for you?
That's a problem, There's too many radio rock bands that just stick to the same formula and don't really branch out, Which, hey man, teach your own. Some people want to eat pizza every day for the rest of their life. I don't,
It's like, I hear a lot of it, and it feels to me that they're kind of scared to push the envelope of what they actually can do or what they want to do.
Yeah, they stay within the safety zone. I agree. And, we have our songs that we think are a little more geared towards the mainstream, but at the same time, we like them and we didn't write them just for other people,
Right.
And I will say that, I really think at the end of the day, we really did write this album, not to sound selfish, but we did write it for ourselves. Like, we wanted to write music that we like and that we're proud of and that we could listen to, at least, in an environment that we feel is comfortable, but yet at the same time that the masses can enjoy as well. I mean, of course, we're not trying to write some obscure, prog jazz, instrumental band. We're not trying to write some extreme, satanic black metal song. So,
Right.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with listening to that kind of music or people that like that music, but that's not what we're out set to achieve.
So what was it for you, Shawn, that made you want to become a musician? What was that spark?
It was a no-brainer for me. The thing that made me want to be a musician was seeing Kiss on TV. When I was a little kid and I saw Kiss on TV, I was like, oh my God, who is that? What are they doing? Why is this so cool? Why does this look so scary but yet fun? And wow, there's like so much chaos and loud music. And I went out and my cousin turned me on to Kiss and Van Halen, and I think he gave me like a Kiss and a Van Halen record in the same week, and I was like, all right. So I was totally into it. That's once I heard those bands, I was just obsessed with music. I always heard music in the car around my family. My dad was never really a rock guy, which is funny. My father was very much into classical music.
Yeah.
So as a child, when I was out with my family, I would always hear classical music in the car. So it wasn't like I was getting in my family's car and my dad would put on, whatever, the Beatles even. He didn't. He was more into Mozart and Vivaldi and stuff like that, which is cool because I think subliminally it played a role in some of my influences. That's my dark side of my music. I think is somewhat in there, and I think that it's cool, to know that I was always influenced by different things. But yeah, back to the question, it was Kiss that really ruined my life.
So since it's the
and Wayne Gene Simmons.
So since it's the digital age, do you with social media and everything, do you think it's helped the Bloodline to get out there even more to the fans and for them to hear music and reach the masses, man?
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. I think digital and the whole internet and social media is a way quicker way to promote and brand your band's name and get it out there. But the other problem is there's too many bands out there nowadays.
Yeah.
I think that the market's extremely overflooded, and there's a lot of great bands and then there's a lot of shitty bands. So
and you're going to have
I think that people,
mm-hmm.
I think there needs to be a filter.
Best show experience or band experience so far that sticks out in your mind, man?
Oh, man. For this band, I gotta say our first show, because we were writing so hard and we pretty much were just out of the loop of playing shows for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We were focused on writing, we were demoing, we were trying to get a deal. We were just really just headstrong and working on getting a deal, and then we finally booked last November our first home show in Chicago. And I think that was one of the special moments for this band. I think that once we did our first show in Chicago with the double door headlining and coming out on stage and finally playing these songs to an audience, it was such a great release, and it was a special moment. It was such a great show when we came off stage. We felt so proud, and now every time that we play these songs, it's special. But that was definitely a very positive moment because we got signed, we achieved something that we felt proud of, and we finished recording a great album that we were sitting on that nobody heard yet. We kind of like something special. And this band is so new, and so is the album. So we have a lot of legwork to do. So right now, we keep telling we're catching up because this summer there were so many festivals that were booked so far in advance that there was no way for a new band like us to get on these tours unless we had somebody give us $1 million to buy these tours, like some of these bands do these days. But I think that we really felt that we got to wait a little bit out to do as much as we can. And now that summer's kind of filtered out, now it's stuff starting to happen really strong. And obviously, we did some dates with El Nino and did some runs with the Soil, and now we're getting ready to do the Fear Factory tour. So we're excited.
When this band was coming together and everything, you guys were out there doing your shows and stuff, and you noticed a lot of fans were taking notice to it. What's it mean to you guys when you receive an email from a fan, or prior to a show, or even after a show? They come out and they say that your music has pulled them through a dark hole. It's gave them a lot of inspiration to overcome things. What's that
yeah.
mean to you all?
That's amazing when people say that your music touches their life, or or someone said, hey, I have a relative that's sick, and I bought them their album. They're listening to Bloodline, and or my kid is starting to play music, and you guys inspired them. Like, that stuff blows my mind. So, when someone says that about the Bloodline, that's so flattering, and it's amazing because, again, we are such a new band that it's great to hear so early on in our career how many people are, gravitating to our debut album. And, we hope that it keeps turning on and, making someone's day special in their life. That's amazing,
Shawn, like I said previously, man, this is an awesome debut album from you guys. Destroyer is one of my favorite ones on here. Divided is even really good. I mean, this whole album is really good. So,
thank you.
First and foremost, as a fan, thank you guys for the music. And how can people stay in touch with you guys? Buy your merchandise, buy the debut album.
They could go on Bloodline Official on Facebook, the Bloodline Official. You always got to put a "the" in front of it. And Bloodline Music on Twitter. And you can find us on Instagram. Just anywhere you type in the Bloodline, Google search, you will find us. And you can find all the info you need on all those social media sites. Or you can go on to our record company, Another Century. They have a social media too. So check out all their sites, and hopefully you can find all the info you need from all those places.
Before I let you go, you care to do a promo for the show, Shawn?
No problem. I'll give you a lot. What's the tag? Okay. Hey, this is Shawn Glass from the Bloodline, and you are listening to the BODS Mayhem Hour. Turn it up loud.
Everybody stick around. We got some music coming up. You'll hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. The Bloodline's new CD is out right now. It's the debut album, I should say. We Are One. Go out and support these guys. Buy their merchandise. Support them. Shawn, thanks so much for being on the show, man.
Thank you for having me, and thanks to your listeners for all the support. And we are one, and we mean it.